All right, the Nigerian executive. Nigeria, its democracy is considered a work in progress. The history of Nigerian democracy can really be explained or described as a democracy with interjections of military dictatorship, basically an experiment in democracy. 1979, you have the Second Republic. The Second Republic replaced the parliamentary system. The parliamentary system did not work well in Nigeria because the party system or parliamentary system is so embedded in party politics that the majority party becomes the government and the majority party picks the prime minister. It really wasn't working very well because the political parties couldn't create coalitions or receive a majority because of coinciding cleavages, because a lot of the political parties were divided amongst regional, religious, or tribal differences. So the prime minister was really unable to keep the government running efficiently. So they created a presidential system in an attempt to unify the country. So you have one person who's the head of state and the head of government, and now political parties are focused on the strong personalities of the presidents as um, as opposed to a lot of a fractured system that you would have under the parliamentary system. Lots of military rule, lots of military rule in Nigeria. There are 7 military rulers. All promised that once they were able to restore order, there would be a transition to democracy. Only 2 of the generals actually saw that to fruition, Obasanjo and Abu Bakr. So in 1979 and in 1999, power was actually handed over to elected officials. But Generals Buhari, Babangida, and Abacha were very repressive and they silenced opposition. So they kind of go in order here, except this is Buhari. Buhari has gone on to actually now being the democratically elected president of Nigeria. So he's served twice, once as a military ruler under an oppressive regime, and then now as the actual president. Oops. I should have made that animated. Will live. Alright, so this is, well, evidently my computer wanted it to be animated because it just closed out of the slideshow and I went ahead and put the animations on. Okay, so this is an image of Goodluck Jonathan. Goodluck Jonathan's presidency is significant. He was sworn in as president, but then he ran for re-election or ran for an actual election and won the presidency outright democratically in 2011. When he ran again for president, he lost in 2015. He tried to contest the results, saying the election was rigged, but he was unsuccessful and he peacefully conceded defeat and peacefully transferred power to Buhari. So this is significant because this is the first time that a Nigerian president has peacefully transferred power to the next president without, staging a coup or anything like that. So in general, the president of Nigeria has a lot of concentrated power with very few legislative checks and very few judicial checks. There's a power of appointment where traditionally there's a system of patronage associated with that. So you appoint or hire political supporters. They get to distribute the government money, and this is when they've been able to use clientelism. Sign and enforce law commands the military. So a lot of the different powers that the United States president would have or assume as well, they have in Nigeria. However, there are very many limited checks on the president. Remember, when he's handed the laws, and so this goes to his power to sign law, when he's handed laws, There's no deadline. He can hold on to them. He can sit on them. There's no like pocket veto or automatic law becomes, or a bill becomes a law if it's been sitting on the president's desk for a certain amount of time. There's none of that. So this is going to be a branch of government that houses a lot of power, and that's just because of the historical nature and the strong personalities that have set in the president's seat in Nigeria.